Alright people, we got zoning approval for Skoons Hot Rods new headquarters, which probably take a couple years to actually move everything over here, but we're going to be building enclosed. It's going to be 46 wide, 48 deep, and 16 foot tall walls. And then on one of the 48 foot sides, we're actually going to have a 12 foot lean-to the full length of it. Total under roof, including overhangs and everything, is 2,950 square feet. So she's going to be a big building. And this is coming into the front right corner of the building. You can see we're about 25 feet from the property line right here. And obviously we're going to have to move the fire pit. But this is the front right corner right here. As we pan across the front, you can start to see that first post is the far left corner of the building as you're looking at it. That's going to be the enclosed area, and then the second post is actually going to be the end of the lean-to. Obviously that monster of a tree needs to go. As you can tell at the root base there, it's not real healthy anyways, so I'm not taking out any healthy trees at this point. So as we start to walk past the first post, you can see the far back corner. That'll be the back left corner. And again, you can see the little pale green post over in the corner is our property line, about 50 feet off the back of the property line. And then again, as we pan across the back of the building, right there behind that little bunch of trees, you can see the end of the enclosed building as well, and then the end of the lean-to on that side. So as you can see, we got some grading to do, a couple trees to remove. We've actually got in the back behind that another monster of a tree back there that's also in pretty bad health. So good thing is, like I said, we're only going to be taking out a couple of small trees for clearing the building. That tree right there is actually going to stay for the time being until that one comes down. None of the trees on this property are in terribly good condition. And then these two right here will probably need to go just for ingress and egress of the front of the building. And you can see how close we are to the building over here. That one tree is probably about 20 feet from the front of the building. So, and that actually is where all of the doors are going to be going. So again, walking back towards the front of the building over here. Looking down the side here, let me back up a little bit, sorry about this. Right in this range right here, we will have the first of the two overhead doors on the front, and then back in this range right here, we'll have the second. So we'll have two, I'm kind of leaning back and forth on this one, either two 12 by 12 doors on the front, or two 14 wide by 12 tall doors on the front. And then towards the back over there, underneath the lean-to on the back left corner of the building, we're actually going to put another 10 by 10 door on the side underneath the lean-to, just for getting tractors and lawnmowers and stuff in there, and also kind of like a wash bay that we might be able to do in the future. And then down this side of the building, as long as the budget permits, I'm probably going to put maybe 2 or 3 windows down the side of it just to get some natural light in there. And then, like I said, we're going to have 16-foot walls on this building. So peak height right in the middle on this side is going to be just over 24 feet, I believe, is the numbers. So it's going to be a pretty big building. Right now it's just going to be single story. Won't have any plans for a second story. I may do a mezzanine over part of it just for storage in the future, but that's all future development stuff. And then eventually, obviously we'll put a lift and power and some good equipment in there. Hopefully some machining equipment in the future. But right now, the main focus is to get the building up, totally enclosed, and a concrete floor. And then once we get the floor, we can start actually planning out where everything is going to go as far as equipment and cars and storage and fabrication areas and stuff like that. So thanks to my awesome wife Megan for letting me do this. I got a little bit of cleanup work over there with some trees that fell earlier this year. So I think I'm going to go tackle that now that I got the building laid out. Right now, all we're waiting for is Union County, North Carolina to come out and do the environmental inspection, which is to make sure that we're not too close to the septic system. And I'm going to take a step back here again. There's the far right corner of the building. Here is the property line right here, and right about here is where our supply line runs to the leach fields in the very back of the property. So we're about 15 feet off of the septic system, and based on that we're supposed to be 10 feet off from any foundation, so we should be good to go on that. And once the environmental inspection comes through, apply for building permits and start cutting trees down and breaking ground and start building a big old building on our property. Hope you enjoy this video. We'll try to do some in progress videos as we go along with the build, and also, you know, kind of let you guys know some of the things we find along the way. I don't think I mentioned this, but this is going to be a pole barn with 8-foot on center bays, 412 pitch in the roof, and yeah, steel building with wainscoting, steel roof, the works. But hope to make it a really nice looking building. Dad and I are probably going to do the majority of the base of the building. I'm actually going to contract out the grading. I don't have the equipment, nor do I want to spend the money on the equipment for grading. And then once everything's graded, my plan right now is that Dad and I will set the posts, get all the wall girts up, and pretty much get it ready for trusses. And then at that point I will probably contract out the trusses and the steel. Again, I don't have the equipment to raise trusses that high, nor do I feel like climbing up 16 feet in the air, and Dad isn't terribly fond of heights either. So we'll contract out the roof truss and the steel, and go as far as I can with what I can afford to contract out versus what I have to do myself. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video here, and like I said, we'll keep you in the loop as far as what's going on, and thanks for watching. Enjoy.